The reason why silverbacks could beat a bear is because of thumbs. And with those thumbs, they can dual wield AK-47.
Yeah, whenever we watched Planet of the Apes, you didn't see any bears alive, did you?
Right.
It
Wasn't
wasn't
Planet of
Planet
the
of the
Bears.
Speaking of Planet of the Bears, uh,
Lots
the,
of crazy
the
shit going
lots
on.
of crazy shit going on. It was definitely Planet of the Bears today, going on in the media. You had it was media day number one, so that's when all the quarterback, or at least for quarterbacks, so all the quarterbacks across the league get to sit in front of the media and answer questions on Wednesday, or all
Just
every
quarterback?
Wednesday. Just quarterbacks. Wednesdays are quarterback media days.
Hmm.
And that's why you heard Justin Fields, quarterback of the Chicago Bears. He, in his first press conference, he got two today because his
Because
first one
he
went
requested the
that
second
bad.
one.
It's
He's
because
like,
his
I need to
first
clear
one
some
went
shit
that
up.
bad. Yeah. In the first one, he talked about how robotic he was being and blamed his coaches for making him basically second guess himself and how he plays, taking him away from his instinctual behaviors on the field, and basically just without saying it was his coach's fault, blamed everything on his coaches. And then had to request a second media portion in the afternoon to clear things up, where he was stating that he wasn't talking about his coaches. He was just putting the blame on himself. And yeah, not a good look for Justin Fields.
Typical Ohio State quarterback whenever they get to the NFL.
I
Can't
mean,
perform.
shit. They don't have good coaches. Like, we know that.
It's not like they have good coaches, but man, you look at the game that they played this past Sunday, and he didn't look good. He wasn't willing to run like he normally did last year in spots where he should have ran. He stood in the pocket while receivers were downfield wide open and completely missed them. It looked, oh gosh, who it looked like Sam Darnold when they kept talking about him seeing ghosts on the field. Like he
No,
just
it looked like Mitch
didn't look good.
Trubisky in Chicago. Same thing over and over again with them.
So then it's
And they
not a
don't even
Matt
have Matt
Nagy
Nagy
issue.
anymore.
I was gonna say it's not a Matt Nagy issue.
It's a
Maybe
Bears
it's
issue.
just a Bears issue. It's an organization issue.
It's some kind of curse. It's a Mike Ditka curse.
Sure, it wasn't Dick
uh,
Buckus.
Actually, I'm not. I get the two confused quite a bit.
Well, that wasn't the only news going on with the Chicago Bears today, and something that still has yet to be fully cleared up. Defensive
Child
coordinator,
porn alert.
we
We don't
don't
know
know
that.
that.
We don't, but
We
I'm
don't
I'm
know that.
speculating.
Calm yourself.
I
Calm
am
yourself.
100% speculating.
Their
Dude's
defensive
a kitty
coordinator,
diddler.
the defensive coordinator for
Speculation.
Allegedly.
not even alleged. Calm down, Tybo. Let me get through
I'm
this.
alleging.
Please. If you want to sue us, go after Tybo. Leave us in the show out of it. It's Tybo only.
Come for me.
So defensive coordinator for the Bears today.
Uh,
uh,
Alan Williams?
Alan Williams.
There you go.
He decided to resign from the Bears organization today, shortly after resigning from his position as the Bears defensive coordinator. Rumors rapidly spread around the Twitterverse or Xverse, mainly starting
I
with
like X-Verse. That sounds dope.
Xverse. Mainly starting from local radio station and journalists 670, the 670 in Chicago, stating that former Bears cornerback Charles Peanut Tillman
Peanut.
now FBI agent, had raided the home of Alan Williams and Halas Hall, which is the facility for the Bears.
I thought he
Named
just
after
informed them.
George Hallis.
This is what was initially reported. He had informed the head coach Eberflus and Ryan Poles, the GM, along with some other members of the organization. He was behind the raid of Alan Williams' house and Halas Hall, and they had, quote, found extremely sensitive content on Alan Williams' personal devices. And
Like I said, we know what that means.
yes, we would know what that means if it were true, which information, again, is still not fully available because it was then reported by employees of the Bears that there had been no raid that happened at Halas Hall or any Bears facility. Every report from police and law enforcement also corroborated that information. There was no indication that the Bears facilities had been raided. But that is the only information we have in regards to anywhere being raided. We do not have information. There's no report that Alan Williams' house was or was not raided. As well, the attorney for Alan Williams also came out to the podium post this information coming out and stating that there was no criminal activity, there was no validity to any of the rumors going around, anything like that. But he did conveniently leave out if there was an investigation or if there was a raid at Alan Williams' house. So that is two pieces of information that cannot be corroborated with a police report, as it has not been able to be found and
What?
corroborated.
Corroborated.
Corroborated. And we cannot confirm if there's an investigation going on. So there are two pieces there that have yet to be debunked by police or attorneys or any other reporters. Now, again, the information that came out was from what would be considered credible resources at 670, and then it cycled around through Xverse, through the many fake Twitter platforms and bots and what have you, even got Ian Rappaport and Adam Schefter and many of the other actual credible reporters who were able to put out some info, or who did put out some information and then quickly redacted some of that information as well. So this is kind of up in the air. It was early speculation that, if this information was true, then the only thing that could be gathered from that information was something to do with sexually explicit content. That's what ran wild on Xverse.
It's got to be, dude. It's
Whatever
about to
it
be as
could
big
be.
as Jerry Sandusky at Penn State.
I'm saving my reservations because, again, we cannot confirm whether there is or is not an investigation going on. This is when Alan stepped away, this was prior to the rumors coming out, and stated that he is having health issues and wants to focus on himself and his family. Now, again, Urban Meyer has used the same thing over and over again. So it's possible that is just a farce. It is. It's totally possible because we do not have all the facts. We cannot say what is or isn't going on.
I do a great job of speaking the truth without the facts. Also, I want to point out, today was the first time I found out that Charles Tillman is an FBI agent.
Oh, had no idea.
There are numerous articles that are like internet shocked to find out Peanut Tillman is an FBI. He's been an FBI agent since 2018.
Yeah, he went to Quantico and everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking
Right as he
crazy.
retired.
It's like the most badass thing. Like, did you guys watch the Kelsey documentary on Amazon Prime?
Not yet.
So there's like
Amazing
a
documentary.
a little excerpt from Connor Barwin, ex-Philadelphia Eagle, who looks super skinny, by the way. Like, looked jacked as hell in a football uniform, but post football career looks like a skeleton, dude. Like he's skinny as hell. But he's talking about how like there's a lot of NFL guys that just kind of feel lost without the sport. Like Peanut did not feel lost. He knew exactly what the hell he was gonna do after football, and it's probably the most badass career decision you could make after being a football player.
It's pretty cool, man. I think he's been involved in some things as an FBI agent. But and also the information about him being involved in this whole thing has also apparently been debunked. Charles Tillman has had apparently no involvement in providing any information to any staff member of the Bears or in any raid that had or had not happened.
A clever rumor to start. They probably duped a lot of people.
If none of this is true, Alan Williams needs to sue everyone that was talking that displayed the rumor, and on top of that,
well, it's true that he's been raided though. Like we know that for a fact, right?
No, Tybo, no. That's what I've been saying this entire time. We do not know if he's been raided. We do not know if there's a criminal investigation going on. We have no information.
So where the fuck did this come from? Who the hell just started shit like that?
It came from. So there was a reporter. I'm gonna have to go and find it now. I've got it right here. I believe his name is Brian. What's his name here? Yeah.
Brian the reporter.
Brian.
He's from 670 in Chicago.
So that one radio station has started all of this.
It seems that way. I'm trying.
Radio stations ruin careers,
his name is Brian Biggs. He's from 670. He's been a credentialed reporter for the Chicago Bears since I believe 2001. Yes, since 2001. He did put a tweet out earlier this afternoon. Quote, it says, lots of speculation about the status of Bears defensive coordinator Alan Williams. I can tell you for the last 3 days that we've been operating under the belief that his absence has not been related to health or family matter. He and other members from 670 in Chicago have been stating that all this information is true, and maybe it spiraled out of control if they've told somebody, and maybe all the facts weren't represented properly, but all of this has come from 670. It seems like a 41 Action News type of thing here with Kansas City and Tyreek Hill situation going on, except there's at least no recording of anything going on with Alan Williams. We have no information that any of this is true.
It's just a wild thing to just like blatantly make up. Like the FBI is raiding the Bears facility and Alan Williams' home. Like,
and no one decided to fact check it for like 5 hours.
People just ran with it.
Completely ran with it. Everyone. And that's where I'm saying, if none of this is true, because again, there's two people, we don't know if there's a criminal investigation. We have no idea if his home was raided. If those two pieces are debunked and completely untrue, and we can confirm that Alan is completely just stepping away for health reasons, for nothing, he needs to sue everyone who put out any information. And to be honest, I think Elon and X need to step up, and what I would say is they probably need to ban, if not at least suspend, if not ban for life, any of the accounts that were running with that information, saying it was there, saying
nah, dude, Elon's all about free speech, dog.
Yes, there is free speech until it comes to slander and libel. And when it comes to that, people need to be held accountable, and platforms need to be removed. Because at the end of this, if he doesn't sue anyone and these accounts are allowed to stay on, who's to say that they're not going to continue to run with this, because they got money off of it. Twitter is now profit sharing. If you pay for the blue mark and you have X amount of tweets, you get X amount of views, retweets, likes, whatever, you get X amount of dollars based upon what you can provide to the platform through ad revenue. And that in turn can come back and bite Twitter in the butt, because they are paying for this information to also be out there. So not only can you go after these Twitter accounts, you could go after X.
Elon's going to claim it's all parody. He's tried that before with stuff.
Except the issue now is you are required to have parity in your account if it is a parity account.
Really?
You are required.
That's been that way for a little bit now.
It's been that way for months. So if does not say parity in their account and they're verified, which most of these accounts were, if not all of them, X is now liable for all of that as well.
I mean, radio's been losing money for years now. They got to do something to stay relevant.
The sad part is they probably tweeted that out too after the story came out.
Yeah, I don't know. I stayed once it all started kind of backfiring. I stayed away from 670 and all those reporters because they're probably all going to lose their credentials and potentially their jobs, and 670 is probably going to go away
If it's false.
if it's false.
Well,